Yeah, I said to kill the bear barehanded so the people won't forget it. Getting money for I was legal to drink. I care what a broke nigga think. Look, everything I do so cold. I can do this, both eyes closed. Too short, I stay on my toes. About that guap boy, anything goes. Help the bear if we outside. Help the bear if we outside. Still tipping, baby, nothing changed. We still grinding over here, yeah. Still sliding through my own lane. Shorty, nothing funny over here. Dallas rain everywhere around me. Dream to get money. Made it through the storm, living sunny. Dreams came true, now we eating. I got more dreams to chase, gotta reach them. Trying to put a team together like the Hunger Games. Everybody grind together, we all came from hunger pain.
Yeah. Late Ill Kid at OneYoungsta, holding it down, bringing that StreetGeek and NERDSoul. What is up, my people? Today, coming with another one for episode of Thought Crimes, because it's in your mind. No, I'm just playing. Shouts out to Thought Crimes. I'm beginning to shout out because I haven't seen them in a minute, man. For real.
Shout out to Thought Crimes.
How y'all been? I haven't seen y'all. I rarely catch a live stream these days. I did catch them the other day, so it's nice to see. But anyway, it's Young Justice. All right, the justice of the youth, how they come up and rise to be as heroic as their elder counterparts.
The
all right? I am not by myself. Right over here, all right, you have 50% of the dynamic duo of the South. You know who it is, Blerdish.
What up, y'all? How y'all doing tonight? Getting ready to talk some Young Justice. And of course, quick, no shame plug, because we all trying to make it work. Sales going on through the 19th of December. Get your loved ones something, get yourself something. Treat yourself. In these rough and ever-evolving COVID times. So, you know, there's that.
Man.
So.
You ain't never lied on that. So, shouts out to Silhouette Animator DeAndre Mosley in the chat already. I'm gonna throw this out here and see what you think. Mr. Cooper, though well animated, and we'll get into the episode as a whole, I'm kind of tired of this storyline.
You read my mind.
I'm tired of this.
It's like,
because we got like 10, 12 other people we ain't seen yet.
You really reading my mind. In fact, how deep can I go in right now?
Please
okay.
do.
I watched it earlier today. I watched it at lunch, and I was like, all right, you know, I'm gonna get into it. I'm like, okay, I like the Jade character. I like the voice actor. Like, you know, she does dope. However, and I get it. Artemis is on her slam or her poetry fix right now, because we're being a little
slam poetry episodes.
We reminiscing. We're mournful. We sad. We get it. Hey, this clearly is the theme of this half of episodes. And someone in the chat, tell me how many episodes there are total, because I haven't looked it up. But we're remorseful right now. We're still going through it. We're gonna go through some more. So I get that. I appreciate it. However, this is where I know when we were bumping up against the wall with
26 episodes.
26 episodes.
Thank you, Silhouette Animator.
As much as we was happy that Onyx wasn't the the person or whatever, but I really said to myself, we did all of that for this. That's where we're going with this, because the ending of this arc, I get it. The theme is about families, clearly, you know, and
I don't
dealing
got
with
friends.
I ain't got friends, or I have a rough family. I got a rough relationship with my sister, with my father, with my mother. Cool. However, I'm in the back of my mind, I'm like, Onyx is cool and all, even though she's starting to get on my nerves. Because her little line, it was cool, but it was kind of like not. I'm like, did they really need to throw that in? But and we'll get to that. I know you might have some thoughts.
We'll get to the Booker T, Malcolm X stuff in a second.
It was like, where the hell is Rocket? Where the hell is Rocket? Where the hell is Malcolm? I mean, Duncan or whatever, if he's still around, or
got Mal, got Virgil.
Where's Virgil? Hell, where's Blue Beetle? You know,
Honeybee / Bumblebee.
You know,
Jaime Reyes. You know what I'm saying? Where's our crew at, man? I'm tired. Y'all get about to get on my nerves.
Where's Long Shadow? What Long Shadow doing? Because this right here, as much as I do like Artemis, as I love Jade, I love them when they fighting, you know, and they're dope, non-powered people who ain't of the Bat family per se.
Yeah.
You know, nothing wrong with that. But it's like, oh, okay.
Drawn out.
We don't need no more of this. And if you're going to do these flashbacks, you better start extending the show and make them a little bit snappier. Just a smidge snappier.
Yeah, because I was watching this episode and I was like, you know what? I think I'm done with this. I think I'm done with this storyline.
This arc needed to end because, you know, I'm not the biggest Superman guy. And even though I have to say that was okay, but then it was kind of corny. I'm like, I don't care about Superman on the farm with his mama and them not teaching their son properly about death at this point. Like, clearly he's been dead.
Oh, yeah. I was like, why are they being so weird about, like...
Because you know what? That's what Superman's problem. He can't die. You don't understand that. You got no understanding. You know, if he don't have the magic space rocks bomb, you know, he don't understand what even getting the code is. So I don't know. He was being extra weird. I was just like, I don't care. I like all of this. I still rock with you, Young Justice, but I need y'all to pep it up just a smidge. And also, it's called Justice. I don't care about. Clearly, we ain't supposed to care about Superman in this series. So don't try to make me...
Yeah, because the way you guys have characterized Superman, whoever is running this is not the biggest fan of Superman.
And that's fine. Don't slip it in now. And it's like, he tried to finally say, oh, I was wrong for 10 years. And it's like, it's still cool that they go back. And I appreciate that everything happened matters.
Yeah.
But it don't always have to be displayed, because he finally realized he was a jerk for when Superboy was first created, and all the man wanted to do was holler at you to learn how to be a good Kryptonian.
Which is completely against the Superman that they even set up in this show. But it's just like, I know y'all had to get y'all point across, so fine. But this storyline, I think we've squozed out the last drop of juice.
I need a happy episode. Or at least, can we check on Beast Boy? Can we check on Beast Boy? He was right there at least.
I just want to see, like, okay. I'll throw this to the chat as well. Do you feel like they've given us a bait and switch due to the marketing materials and the way this season is playing out? Because the marketing materials had the original crew back together. We had Aqualad, even the beginning of the show got Nightwing, Aqualad.
We ain't even seen Nightwing.
We ain't seen Nightwing but 2 seconds and be like, oh, your boy dead, peace. Like, he was like, I'm just saying.
They had them all up on the poster, grouped together with the superhero pose. Artemis wasn't even on that joint, I don't think. Artemis was in the corner to the right. I don't want to hear about Sportsmaster ever again. I wasn't even on the last episode. So this is 2 more episodes later, when we talked about this on episode 6.
Yeah.
So this is episode 8. You know, when we review, so it's done. And then the fact that Onyx and Jade went back, and I get it. Maybe Ra's al Ghul don't lie. I know I'm kind of jumping around, but the fact that they did all that for just to go back to a cult, god damn it! I wasn't happy about that. Come on, man. What was y'all fighting for?
Silhouette. You know what? Silhouette Animator. I'm glad that you contribute so much, but saying your name take a long time. I'm gonna have to figure a way to shorten it. But Silhouetted Animator says marketing didn't write the show. Yeah, but see, the show is supposed to tell marketing what they want. Like, give them some notes about the season. Like, all right, this season we want such and such on the poster, and they be like, word. And then, like, even though marketing didn't write the show, well, the show is the one who put the intro on that joint. We got Aqualad on the intro. We got Aquaman now on the intro. We got Nightwing on the intro. I'm like, where are our peoples at? Look, bruh, I'm about to be through. I'm like, where can we please just see something
and
different?
Honestly, this is where let's give a shout out to anime covers and intros because they always put little hints. Their marketing goes together. This is where Superboy would have been like off in the corner looking sad and forlorn in the corner, or how they say in Japan, when your back is facing the rest, it's a sign that you're dead. So he was like front and center. And I'm like, he's supposed to be in the corner facing with his back.
Yeah,
like, oh,
it's
something
like,
is wrong.
because he was front and center like he's going to be the hero or something.
He's dead. And Rocket has not been shown, and they just got like a little clip. She's animated, I guess, but then again, they doing all these damn backstories and flashbacks.
All these flashbacks that are unnecessary. Nobody. All right, let me say this out loud for all of the DC people that are making the show in the back. Nobody cares about Sportsmaster.
Nobody.
Nobody, baby. Like, nobody cares about Sportsmaster. Now, I've gotten that out of my system.
Nobody.
All right, so now
all right.
I'm clear. Now I can talk about the episode. All right, now real quick, Geeky Andre says, I hope the next arc we get to spend time with the other members of the team, Nightwing, Aquaman, Rocket, Blue Beetle, Cyborg, etc. Yes.
Oh my God, yes. Thank you.
The biggest issue I have with this season is I don't feel like there is a team. I don't. I feel like we saw Miss Martian do some stuff, and now we see Artemis do some stuff, but I don't feel a team effort at all.
You know what?
Feel like there's a team.
Was saying with the running joke, like, hey, we need to compare notes. Like, we need to compare notes because we got moles, we got stuff. Nightwing was like, look, a lot of S is going on. Give me a moment. We got to talk. Nightwing used to say that. It would be Nightwing or Aqualad would actually say, hey, stop what you're doing. Get in here. Let's talk. Now we're not talking.
Ain't nothing going on. We don't know nothing from nothing.
And then,
like you said, we did all this Santa Prisca, leaving them, fighting our way out, doing all this just to go to Infinity Island. Like, if we just go to Chilligan's Island, then what's the point of even like, man, look, I was like, so Ra's al Ghul is gonna be your new mentor daddy or something? I'm like, and that's better than Shiva Al. Like, I mean,
because when the Batman
and better don't mean the same thing.
Because when Batman say he gives his word and he don't lie, then he's gonna keep his word. And I mean, I guess it's true in the way they write it, so maybe. But that don't mean he ain't gonna implement some type of what hits true to him. Like, I'm like Onyx. First of all, you crying about your good grandpa who took care of you. Yes.
The man's name was Amazing Man. All right? He was amazing. The man was amazing.
Like, what could he have not done for you? Okay, so he wasn't radical enough. That's cool. But you know what you do? You talk to Grandpa Willie. You don't run off and join a death cult of assassins. Something is wrong with you.
This is how I know there's no black writers in Young Justice. All right, so you left your granddad because he was too much like Booker T. Washington and not enough like Malcolm X. But you went somewhere that has no black agenda. What is
and don't care about people.
Is Ra's al Ghul pushing for reparations? I must have
Ra's al
forgot that.
Ghul is the demon's head. The demon's head.
What is?
If you
When
want,
did they become?
okay.
What,
Excuse me. All right, Mike. Can I just get a little Southern Baptist for a minute? Excuse me. So I'm just joking for a minute. Like, baby, you left your grandpa to go join the demon. What the hell wrong with you? I know I'm being I'm tongue in cheek, but seriously though, I don't want to hear nothing about what you talking about. What is, because I don't trust you. Like, yeah, I trust you over Scandal Savage or whatever her name is, big white woman. We knew that was going.
The Scandal Savage.
like we knew she is what she is. Like,
yeah,
and I gotta commend her. She like, I'm glad my daddy took me away from my mom. Like, okay, there you have it. She's brainwashed. We get it.
Yeah.
You know, and talking about a mercy kill. And who was the mercy kill? A black woman. But so I'm just like, look, y'all didn't. It's that little speech was when your white friends try to do a little too much. You know, your ally friends, and they try to prove a point. Like, you ain't got to prove that point. And I get it.
I'm trying to figure out what black agenda Ra's al Ghul got that's making her leave her black grandfather, who is like Booker T. Washington, whose literal name is amazing because he's not enough like Malcolm X. Now,
bro, I could say something, but I don't want to be too crazily deep. I'm just saying, I'm gonna say this: you left what you thought you were getting away from to go to the extreme, terrible version of it. Because if you want respectability, politics, you want to get away from that. But Ra's al Ghul is a however old man with his set agendas and who don't even believe a woman can be his replacement to take over his organization.
I'm still trying to figure out what he's done for black people.
Nothing.
That would make you say, I need to leave my black grandfather who's lived his whole life as a black man in America to go to Ra's al Ghul because apparently he has the black agenda on lock.
Isn't Ra's al Ghul's whole plan was to wipe off the world and let it regrow one time or something?
Yeah, he wanted to kill everybody and started from scratch. Man,
like,
look.
That ain't for us.
Nah, stop it. And also, Onyx, regardless of how you feel, there's a place for Booker T. Washington. There's a place for Martin. There's a place for Malcolm. It depends on what's going on, what's necessary. Sometimes that person or those people will need to take a forefront role, and sometimes they'll need to take a background role. But to try to pit it like you have to have one or the other when you know both are very necessary. You know what I'm saying? Like, trust me, it's not like, Booker T. Washington was no saint, but at the same time,
he did what he had to do.
To speak about him like his accomplishments are just whack.
At the time of his living, when he was living, what he was doing was considered radical.
Yes.
So that's
dude was probably the most prominent abolitionist of the day.
And he was teaching a lot of people how to become entrepreneurs and businessmen or whatever. Now, yes, capitalism is not going to be the only thing that saved black people, as we know, because they got rich black billionaires and some stuff don't happen. But at that time, when you're just getting your freedom and you learn about some individual being an individual and then set of property, that when he was kind of very radical for the people who would have drawn him down and killed him right there, because they don't want you to have nothing. But regardless of which, not to go deep and far that, just shout out to my boy Marcel. He definitely talks about this. You had him on the show before because he reviewed the movie with Chairman Fred. So he talks about this all the time. Yeah. So, just look him up, look up other people, and read up on Booker T. Like I say, maybe some things and philosophies would not fit at this point now.
Yeah.
But
and
what I don't need from Young Justice, I don't mind politics. Don't besmirch our accomplished historians and historical figures for to make
it's
a
like
simple
you
whack
need,
point.
and DeAndre Mosley said, without Booker T, you don't have Marcus Garvey. You wouldn't have Marcus Garvey's inspiration. Like all these things come together. Like you need all of these people, all of these men and women along the way that have like made huge impacts, or whether physically or either inspirationally or intellectually. These people are important pieces in the building blocks of like what we've done, what we've achieved, what we've been able to learn or whatever.
It's the evolution of.
And then to try to pit one against the other is kind of like,
And why we doing this?
It just shows the lack of understanding of the context of Black plight in America, and that's how I know there ain't no Black writers on this.
I need also, whether if it's Black writers or whoever or white writers, I need to quit also hearing Malcolm versus Martin. First of all, they began to work together. I'm tired of it. Again, they both were shot at the end of the day for their beliefs and for what they fought for. It bothers me. It's like, look, y'all, you can find something in both men to improve upon and to learn from and to make yourself better and to make your situations around you better. So I'm tired of Hollywood or idiots or weird or whack comedians doing that. They don't get it.
Yeah, Martin and Malcolm differed on. I think I would venture to say that Martin and Malcolm differed on fewer things than they aligned on. But of course, you got to remember, people might say something and they'll take a statement, say Martin or Malcolm will say about one or the other, and the statement will be 5 paragraphs, but they'll distill it down to one line and be like, oh, did you hear what Malcolm said? And like, that'll be the whole thing. And it's like, so, and then also, people go through their times. Like, I mean, Stokely Carmichael was not down with no nonviolence, but he marched with Martin. He was like, now at the same time, he was like, look, y'all can take that stuff to Martin if you want, but you bring it over here. Chitty bang bang.
I'm just saying, different men show different strong resilience in different ways, and people need to let it go. But just in the reference of this is where it felt more like a cartoon. It didn't feel like an animated series. It felt ridiculous.
I was like, what? I was like, what is this going to do with anything? I was like, so because
breaking my mind.
Yeah, because I was like, so you went here because your grandfather wasn't revolutionary enough? I was like, but what do they do for Black people? And see, now I'm out of the episode. I'm not thinking of the episode now. Now I'm trying to think, what has Ra's al Ghul done for Black people?
She like, I need to be reprogrammed. Like, so you said all that and you just need a reprogramming? You need a tune-up? You need a vacation? You need a spa day? And then they played you. Then I don't know, I guess because you're back in reprogramming. So I guess what they said is true. They said you couldn't cut it. So they played you.
Yeah. They said you was whack and you was soft.
They said you was whack. You was Patrick Beverly on the team. You was just fouling and sliding on the floor. Shout out to basketball beats. But you was just out there. So they
said you were the JaVale McGee of Santa Prisca.
You was Kevin Durant's legs.
Oh,
Crust.
man.
Whack.
Man, them joints need a little bit of help. So, all right, so peep this. So, one thing that I do think came out of this episode that might have implications later on is Shade essentially saying like, shh, look, I do what I want now. Hey, look, I'm a free agent. He was like, I owe Jade. Jade has been paid back. and I do what I work for myself. I don't work for you. I don't work for you. I don't work for nobody. Peace.
Shade about that dollar, baby.
Yo, she tried to kill him. He was like,
please. Shade out.
Shade was like, I ain't trying to hear
I
that.
just want, you know, if they gonna do all these flashbacks, I want to know what the hell happened between Shade and Jade. Like, let me know. We gonna do this.
I'm trying to remember, did Shade do something in the series? Maybe like DeAndre Mosley or Geeky Andre, Silhouette Animator, one of y'all, let us know. I can't remember if she did something in the series for him. I don't think so, but maybe she did. Because Shade has such a small part in this show, even though he kind of comes in the clutch for them. Yeah,
and it still was the best part of all of this. Like, I cared the most about Jade and Artemis by, I guess, attrition, because she's like her baby's mama in a way. So it's like a weird, you know, situation. And like we said, she had finally admitted, I ain't ish out here. I'm a terrible person.
I'm as bad as my day.
Yeah,
like, well then stop doing that. Stop running from your daughter and start being a mother. Like, ain't nobody trying to hear that. Now you out here doing backflips and all that, but you can't come over here and make a bowl of cereal for your kid. Ain't nobody trying to hear.
You out here seducing red-headed clones.
Yep, you know what I'm saying?
To make babies.
Oh yeah, because she did show a little body for him. She did show a little body.
She seduced the hell out of Will or whatever.
So man, I ain't got luck. I ain't trying to hear Jay right now. Jay, you old enough to know that this is your opportunity to change. I don't want to hear nothing about when did Ra's al Ghul become, you know, the couples counselor or the parents teacher or something? When did he become? What? Oh, I'm gonna come here, so I'm gonna learn how to be. This is the next stop in my journey.
Al Ghul is an eco-terrorist pimp.
Yeah, I'm like, where is this? How is this place supposed to be the next stop on your mental health journey? What? And then Silhouette Animator, I think, brought up Talia that they be trying to show in the background with Baby Bruce.
I don't care
honestly
about Damon. No,
I don't care.
Do not give me
Do not care.
Jump time. I don't want no more time jumps forward. I need them to sit in the moment and because all right, it's Young Justice, but they how old? Because I know they playing with their ages. Realistically, Jade should be about 30.
Jade should be in her 30s. Artemis should be in her maybe early 20s now.
Like
because they played them.
They about to hit middle age Justice. Like, come on now.
Because they played Young Justice as like maybe 16 or so when we first met him in season 1, and they've done their time jumps. So I'm assuming Nightwing. I'm assuming the original crew is in their like early 20s.
Yeah, early
like 23, 24, something like maybe 22.
Maybe so, mid 20s, approaching mid 20s. But I mean, you know, we got to work some things out. Like, there's no need for no more age jumping. I don't care about Damon. He's irrelevant to Young Justice unless somebody's gonna kidnap him and threaten to kill him.
Yeah,
and that's a little harsh because he's a baby, but I get it.
I don't care about Damien. I don't care.
Bruce don't care about Damien.
Well, depending on the storyline, Bruce might not even know about Damien. Like depending on how they run this. But
that's probably gonna be the storyline because Superman was a terrible surrogate father. It is Bruce turn because they ain't gonna never die. And if you think about it, Green Arrow was a terrible surrogate father. Barry was good, but he got his sidekick killed. I mean, so Aqualad, you know, he even though he played the role and played the part, he lost the woman that he loved, you know. So we get it. They suffering. Beast Boy has PTSD or something.
And
So this team
DeAndre
really needs to get together and compare notes and restart the program.
And DeAndre Mosley says they keep going back and forth with the Talia Bruce Damian plot so much it's boring. Yes, nobody. I know y'all trying to make Damian a thing, but just we don't care. They've tried to do it in the straight to DVD films. They've tried to do it in multiple animated series. We just don't care. Now and I forgot. Whatchamacallit just said that there's been 10 years since the first episode, which is true. So if we met them and they were 16, 17-ish, you know what I'm saying? They didn't say exactly, but they're 16, 17-ish, then yes, they're well into their 20s. You know what I'm saying?
Say about 25, because we know for our time it was 10 years ago, but for them it was about 6, 7.
Well, Superman said 10 years ago. So, you know, so 10 years ago.
So they 27.
They would put them 26, 27, something like that.
So Jane is a grown 30-something.
So Jane too old for this mess. Jane too old to be. Look, that's why Jane needs somebody like me in the show. I'd be like, look, I can't do no flips and be cutting people in half and everything, but you too old for this. All right? Ain't nobody trying to hear about you. I ain't my daddy. You too grown. You got a baby that needs you. You know what I'm saying? You got a baby that needs you. Go raise your kid.
My mama don't be saying that.
Trying to hear that.
Sportsmaster clearly don't care. I ain't bring him. Do they have an uncle or something that can be like, look, you know who's the best dad so far on the show? The damn Kung Fu master. He's like, Jade, I can kill you, but once you come in,
I ain't gonna do that. I ain't gonna do you like that.
I already trained you. You know what you need to do. Like he looked like he cared more than what Superman used to care about.
Silhouette Animator said 55-year-old team still fighting the light in season 17. Like, oh man. So okay. On to Santa Prisca. The Lady Shiva stuff was good. The Shiva and Orphan stuff was really cool. I enjoyed that. Yeah. I thought those fight scenes were great. Showed that Shiva got skills, and it showed that Orphan is, she stepped up. And even as she beat her mom and started to leave, we saw that her mom has this twisted sense of love somehow. Oh, yeah. Because she was like, you're going to be my baby. You're not an orphan. You're my child. I'm like,
you got a name out here. Even though you're going to be my killing weapon. You're my killing weapon. These people trying to adopt you. You let them adopt you.
Ain't nobody here. Ain't nobody seeing those tears.
But to be honest, seeing those tears. They would have. That's where if they would have made that 75, 80% of the show with maybe drawing out the fight, it would have felt like the old Young Justice days where
maybe
the Martian stuff was cool. It felt good. I enjoyed it. We get it a little too reminiscent. We get a little too mopey.
Yeah.
DC, I guess they figured we go get one of these drama shows done right. Like I'm here to watch superpowers, not the Joker. Okay, this ain't the Joker film. I don't need too much sorrow in my animation. Like that's why Batman the animated series got it right. Like okay, you have them sad, drawn out moments, and somebody got to get punched. Okay, and we got to get a crime solved. And we got to go back home. And we need to go home and check on our teammates because we screwing up out here. Our teammates are dying and suffering with mental illness, and we need to get them help. Can y'all group together? Like you said, I'm tired of these little teams. Because
I want to see the team do something, man. Like I'm here for Young Justice to see the team do something. I'm just like, this storyline.
Where's Virgil?
I'm just glad it's over.
Where's Rocket? If you're gonna have a small team, Can we please? Are we gonna get our team up with black superheroes?
No, we're not. You know we ain't. Well, you know what? We might. We possibly might. We possibly might.
We just go get Onyx, huh?
Probably just get Onyx. It would be cool to see the squad roll through, but no, we ain't. It's not like we're gonna see Icon, Rocket, Static, Onyx, Bumblebee. We ain't gonna see them roll up on the set. Look, I'm just man.
Yo, DC, if you're listening, Milestone, if you're listening, I want a Milestone animated series coming. Get on that stat. If you got these properties, you be holding them back some damn times. I know the books. Hopefully the books are selling good. Because if the books don't sell good, and that Michael B. Jordan project fail, you know what's gonna happen.
If the Michael B. Jordan project is even real, like sometimes they be fronting on stuff. They be like, "This is in works," and just to get people hyped and like don't look. I'll say this right here. I have no faith in any Milestone projects. I have given that up. I've given up the ghost. I've spent years and years being like, "Oh, it's coming out. Ooh, it's about to drop."
Took long. Look how they did the books. And I mean, I'm not gonna say I read all the books. I was tempted to start. I was in the comic book store, like, should I grab these? I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna wait for a treat.
And shouts to Nick, man. Nicholas Draper Ivy is straight lacing them with some dope art. So Nick is doing his job, just like Kari Randolph was doing his job back in the last part of Static or whatever with it. But I mean, Milestone is too inconsistent. Milestone is too fractured, whatever. I would much rather you guys put your efforts towards a project like Changa and the Jade Obelisk, issue number 2 on Kickstarter from 133 Art and MV Media.
True.
Milestone has had their chance. Milestone has had their time. They ruined them. They ruined themselves. They fumbled the ball for whatever reasons. I'm not interested. They just can't get it together. And for the people that are saying that we're independent, we're this, we're that, then why y'all can't make a move without DC say?
Because that's not true independence.
Because you're not independent. So I would rather.
And I know that. You know what, Mike? This is why I love that you're a true independent. Because
thank you.
I never would have said that, but I totally agree with you. Look, some distribution deals ain't always great, man. If you can't make a move without Daddy DC telling you what to do or where to go. And now in this day and age, can you imagine if Milestone could break apart and actually release their comics with all this technology and media and do it themselves? Webtoons. People are blowing up on Webtoons.
Yeah, between Webtoon and any direct, Yeah, Comixology,
Kickstarter,
and Webtoon, they could do whatever they wanted. And they wouldn't need, DC. But I'm not sitting around waiting, I'm just, Malcolm Lee said, I'm still waiting for Static Shock. Look, don't hold your breath, all right? Don't hold your breath.
You got people like Jason Reeves who can print your book for you. You got people like me who built their own website, via, their IT person, and who go out and make events to sling books for Black people. Mm-hmm. There's so many ways to get. Look, just look at what David Crownson. David Crownson is about to be optioned by Prentice Printing from Insecure fame, and he did it on
was it Demon Slayer?
Yeah, with Harriet Tubman Demon Slayer. Yeah, it's a dope book. You can order from the website www.blerdish.com. But
Malcolm Lee said, "Big up Black Sands," and they've been doing some stuff I've seen on YouTube. Black Sands homie from Black Sands be tripping sometimes, but besides him being, he
on his business. He on his business.
Tripping.
He tripping.
Do be kind of weird, tripping. But
his business is booming.
You look at the animated stuff.
You can do it. You know, look at the Tuskegee Heirs, one of the best-selling independent books. Another book I sell that's just out there that you can get people out. It's about how you market it, and it's like I do feel like, you know, Milestone is like
the book, the new one.
How do I feel like with this DC deal, which is cool? I guess you get paid the most, but I don't feel like you said, maybe there's a little disconnect. And I'm just tired of their properties. They can't get their properties out the way they want them. They can't get the media that they want on them.
Yeah. And so shouts to Black Sands, the animations that they've been doing come through. And also, even though Amazon be doing them wrong when y'all be shipping, because my book came bent, but boom, Bitterroot.
Hey.
Just got this, the new volume. I ain't had a chance to read it yet, but Bitterroot. And I think somebody picked them up to do some live action stuff. But anyway, Bitterroot, shout out to Sanford Green, who I've been following for a long time.
I think the director from Black Panther is attached to it a little bit. Somebody's attached to it. They got it.
And David Walker,
we'll look it up. Yeah. And David Walker's doing his thing. But and I'm not just gonna shoot down DC. Can you mention David Walker? They be doing Luke Cage wrong in Marvel. Like, and whoever writes Luke Cage, it seems like they're just doomed to fail. And you know what? The worst thing they ever did for Luke Cage is have him attached to what's her name? Jessica Jones.
Jessica Jones.
And I don't know if their marriage failed in the book, so he was on the rocks. But how they marriage still going, and Black Panther and Storm marriage just annulled like that.
Yeah.
For X-Men versus Avengers, which was an okay book, but it was like whatever.
Yeah, that's why, like, that stuff. Look, and don't get me wrong, this is a Young Justice show. I love this show.
Sorry,
don't get it twisted. I love the show, but I'm also, due to me loving the show, sometimes just like a child, you love that child, but sometimes you gotta put that child on punishment. You know what I'm saying?
And
sometimes
you know when they got better potential,
gotta discipline that child.
More potential. They got potential they ain't using. They got other corners they ain't painting of the picture.
Yeah, and so one thing, Jason Reeves of 133 Art posted up, because we just finished talking about the Luke Cage book real quick before we get back on. They canceled the Luke Cage book, right? But Lucky the Pizza Dog gets his own Infinity comic on Marvel Unlimited, though. So Lucky
Jason,
the Pizza Dog gets his own title.
Shout out to Jason.
But somehow Luke Cage, see what I'm saying? That's why when I'm not waiting on Milestone. I put all my energy into Milestone I possibly could. I'm done with Milestone. I wish them well, but I can't wait for them. I'm not interested in them.
Feel like this.
I ain't even buying them because I ain't taking no chances.
It reboots again. I don't ever want to hear about it ever again.
Bruh.
If one more reboot, I'm just like, please get them animated for the love of God. Something. Because it's like they have all their black characters. Like, we know you want them. They coming. It was coming for about 7 years. They made people wait to restart it again. And they kept leaking that stuff out. You can see it on like comicbook.com or these CBR.com, all these other places. And I was like, it don't take that long to do something that people want, you know?
And I'm going to keep it real with you. When a black outlet like myself reaches out to them, they ain't got no words, but can't wait to be up in the white media outlet face. That's all I'm saying. But then be hardcore like, we make the black content. We make the man.
That's why
support
people like Jason Reed, support people like Milton Davis, support people like David Crownson, support people like Tuskegee Heirs, support tons of other black creators out there who are independently hustling, working hard, putting out good dope stuff, and don't leave their projects like redheaded stepchildren.
We ain't got to do all that. So anyway, Before we get out of here, I do want to talk about the Kent farm. I know we touched on it a little bit, but
tired of it.
Okay.
Tired of
they do seem to be pushing that Connor is super dead and there's not going to be a return for Connor.
We get it. He's dead. Dead.
Okay. It's not that I don't care about Connor, but if we're going to get any kind of moments outside of Artemis's story, should it be Superman at the Kent farm? Or would you rather see Superman trying to track down who did this to Connor? Because that's what I'd like to see. You know what? I was 5 minutes late, but since I was 5 minutes late, he died. And you know what? Until my last breath, I'm gonna find out who did this to him because they gonna pay. That could be cool.
Or I'd rather see Miss Martian, Nightwing, and them kind of look into it. At least investigate.
Yeah. I
need the melancholy to stop for one episode. I need a break.
Or can we be melancholy and do a team mission? And get into some larger fight than, I'm sorry, Orphan and her mama is not big enough for me, especially what we've experienced through the first 3 seasons of
you knocked that out in 2 episodes.
Thank you, of Young Justice.
At best.
What we had in Mars was something that could have led to a larger thing, but we literally put the brakes on that whole storyline so that we could chill out with Artemis in something that, in my opinion, could have been like a side story between seasons.
And it was a good 4 episodes?
Yeah, we've been in this for a long time. So
this is
writers, I would have loved to see Superman tracking down who did this and being relentless until he found out who it was. And then maybe, Miss Martian on some other stuff, like looking somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? But Superman just to go home and be like, oh well, he's dead.
Maybe that's
what happens.
We didn't need 26 episodes. We just needed a hot 13, or 15. Maybe we're getting
Good point. When you get 26 episodes, they start filling you up, and unless you don't. And they said, who said Greg? Is it Greg Weisman that's the showrunner, silhouette animator?
I think so.
I think so. So that means that he doesn't know how to handle a full-line season-long story to run for 26 episodes. He just don't. He don't know how to do that. Because you need to take these 26 episodes and say, all right, what's the main story we're telling? Okay, what are the, say, 3 to 4 mini stories that we're going to tell that interconnect throughout this larger story? Okay, let's tell that. And let's not put the brakes on any storyline just to tell the other one. There should be a gradual crossover. And the best example that I have. Oh, go ahead.
Look how good the season 3 of Outsiders were. We didn't quite know it was going, but it never stopped. Yeah. And it did interconnect and it kept building. And it tied back to what happened a little bit in season 2 when they went out in space and all that or something, I think. But, I know we're pulling back to season 2. We're pulling back to season 1, season 2 through the phantoms, I guess, of their mind. I don't know if the phantoms are because about people who died and were no longer here. I didn't think it was going to be that. And that's cool, but all right. It's time. It's time for the action.
And Geeky Andre says Connor is probably in the future with Legion of Superheroes, which could be cool. Maybe they snatched him out of the lava real quick and transported him into the future. I don't know. If they did, it'd be nice to show that. Maybe show him trying to get back to his time because he got to be with his love instead of us doing this whole thing with Artemis.
With her poetry.
And then
the poetry, yeah.
For a good example of that type of pacing, you have season 3. for outsiders, or you can have it in live action where the LMD Ghost Rider season of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. did a good job of transferring between two stories, going from Ghost Rider to LMD and back to Ghost Rider, where they're all interconnected, but no specific story just slams on brakes to do the next one. You know what I'm saying? They naturally flow into one another. And then by the end, everything ties up in a knot. Now, of course, I know you're going to be like, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., yes, I know that's their best season. But the reason I brought it up is because it's their best season. And it shows how you can have two, I guess, B stories inside of a main story for the whole season. And, I mean, kind of 3 B storylines. But you know what I'm saying? That's what you need to be doing. They slammed on brakes, and it's just like, oh, Connor's dead. Well, okay, we're with Artemis, and we're changing how we even do the episodes. Nobody's ever done this kind of like, spoken word poetry stuff, which I'm not totally against. I think it's kind of cool.
It is kind of cool, but it's kind of like
it's out of the blue. And if we don't continue doing it, it's going to be kind of weird.
Yeah, like if it's another,
because it's almost like it's an Artemis show or Tigress show, and it's not. It's about the team.
Yeah, it has not melded together between the arcs. Whereas like it was Mars, now it's Artemis. The mind of Artemis.
Yeah, it's basically the mind of Artemis, the family of Sportsmaster, whatever. None of which we care about. Like, I don't know what poll went out and people were like, yeah, I want to know about Sportsmaster's family. Nobody was.
We gonna retouch all the stuff we done retouched upon in season 1 and 2.
Anyway, guys, look, hey, we gave y'all a whole bunch to talk about. All right, a whole lot. So, right over here, Keith, where can they find you?
Yeah, you can find me at www.elerd-ish.com. That's www.blerdish.com. What up? We got a sale, again, merch, going on, all, anime stuff, pop culture stuff, logo t-shirts, going on through December 19th. You can also order all type of books from a website, including from like the homie Jason Reeves, other people, get those gifts in, beat the shipping deadlines. You don't want to be empty-handed come Christmas. So get them some dope black comics.
Thank you.
From creators who ain't gonna leave their projects dying on the vine, or need special permission to release them. But
or creators that do Kickstarters and don't never fulfill them. We ain't gonna say no names like Evolutionary Publishing.
Those people don't get to be around Blerdish at all.
We don't mess with them. So, shouts out to the chat. We got Geeky Andre, Malcolm Lee, DeAndre Mosley, Silhouetted Animator. Good to see all y'all beautiful sunshiny faces. Anyone who is getting their lurk on, and anyone who comes through on the replay, NERD, SOUL, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all them places, hit that thumbs up. You like what you're seeing? Down and then up again to make yourself happy. Make sure to share this. Don't hide this. Go and share it. Go and get it out in the streets. And subscribe to your boy. Right now, right now, while you're doing it, take your thumb if you on the phone, subscribe. And then, or if you on your computer, click it, subscribe. If you already subscribed, then I guess just look at the button and be like, I really mean it. You know what I'm saying? So we got podcast for listening, Spotify for music. We're gonna leave y'all with PL Parker Lewis, NY High Sign, and Arcatron. So, and Miles, we don't know nobody named Miles. I know Miles Morales. Maybe. Yeah, maybe. So, from us to you, we out. Peace.
Peace.
We out, and until next time, man, y'all keep your head up.
I'm the man, yes, sir, that killed the bear barehanded so the people won't forget it. Getting money for our label to drink. I care what a broke nigga think. Look, everything I do so cold. I can do this, both eyes closed. Too short, I stay on my toes. About that guap boy, anything goes. Help the bear if we outside. Help the bear if we outside. Still tipping, baby, nothing changed. I'm still grinding over here, yeah. Still sliding through my own lane. Shorty, nothing funny over here. Dallas rain everywhere around me. Dream to get money. Made it through the storm, living sunny. Dreams came true, now we eating. I got more dreams to chase, gotta reach them. Trying to put a team together like the Hunger Games. Everybody grinding cause we all came from Hunger Games.